What is going on, Geminis? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct. This is going to be your reading for the second half of September. So we're going to be hopping into the energies that the cards are conveying, the messages that are coming across, and see exactly what can bring you guys more clarity moving forward. All right, it's a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone that watches the video, but if it does resonate with you, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment on the channel. Like always, I definitely appreciate that. If you guys do not resonate with this reading, you can always check out your rising or moon sign or one of the previous videos that I did for Gemini, because it may match you currently, right? I definitely want to appreciate the Geminis for coming out strong in your last reading. You guys almost got like 10,000 views, and I was like, oh, look at Gemini. Crazy. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Let's see. This is going to be your present energy right here that we'll be checking out. This is your main storyline. Just letting you see how the whole spread looks. And then after that, we'll be hopping into your futuristic energy over on the left side, your supporting details, as always. And then we'll wrap it up with a fairy card right here for you guys. You have the 8 of Summer. If you don't follow me on IG yet, you should follow me. It's at chrisanthony14lbs. And if you guys need a personal reading from me, you can email me about that. That'll be in the description of the video. All the details will be there. I guess let's hop right in. Crowning your reading, Gemini, it looks like you have the 2 of Wands clarified by the 7 of Cups. So there is some type of decision that you guys are trying to make, or that you have made, or you're about to make in some type of way. 2 of Wands does talk about a decision that you're thinking about making concerning a new path or a new direction that you want to head in, right? 2 of Wands is always a new path or direction. So there's something else that maybe you want to do, something that you want to pursue, a new path, a new direction, a new way of seeing something, a new way of carrying a certain task out, or just something totally new that you have your eyes set on that maybe you've been thinking about for a while, you've been researching for a while, and like you've made the decision but haven't actually made any moves forward, you know, to create action on that decision yet. And it looks like it's because there was a little bit of confusion, you know, or lack of clarity when it came down to what decision you wanted to choose or what path you wanted to choose. 7 of Cups could talk about a plethora of options, right? Too many options to choose. Too many things going on, too many offers coming in, not enough clarity, not enough information, not enough details. Everything looks good, right? Because it's blinded, you know, by the smoke, by the clouds, by the illusions. So you guys could have been in this 7 of Cups energy, or you could find yourself in the 7 of Cups energy, right? Just kind of blinded by the amount of options that you have to do something, right? I'm feeling that this could be strongly connected to what it is you do for work, or it could be, you know, connected to what you feel like your path in life is, your purpose in life is. And so some of you guys could be moving on or moving away from one thing, one staple in your life that has been there maybe for a while, or something that you were passionate about and focused on and had a strong faith or belief in, but maybe it has run its course, and that's why you're looking out to the ocean, wanting to do something else. You're wanting to take on a new challenge, wanting to kind of embark on this new path, is what I'm definitely picking up, which will make sense because we're coming off of the new, or the full moon that was in Pisces. And that full moon was all about endings and new beginnings, deaths and rebirths, right? So there was a cycle that was kind of wrapped up for a lot of people. And all the readings that I'm doing with the mid-month readings, it's almost the same energy. People kind of wrapping up one cycle, starting a new cycle, you know, new ideas are coming in. Also, not only did we have the Pisces full moon that wrapped up this karmic cycle, we also have the karmic, or the planet of karma, that's coming back around and going direct, Saturn. and it's been retrograde for the last 5 months, right? So with Saturn going direct, there's kind of like a new assignment being handed out to a lot of people, a new path, a new journey, a new karmic cycle. The tables are turning, right? It's kind of like you completed your mission and now here goes a new mission. And that's almost the overall energy that I've been feeling for almost everybody that I've read so far. Capricorn, Taurus, Aries was almost the same energy as what I'm feeling with you guys. It's kind of like this new journey is coming in for you, and another one is being wrapped up. But this created a lot of confusion for you guys, maybe around this Pisces full moon, because you're like, what? Like, I thought that what I was doing and the path that I was on was the path I would be on forever. And I don't think that's it. It's kind of like something is switching up, something is switching over, something is being adjusted. The Adjustment Bureau has come in and changed some things around, and it's like, oh, now you got to do this. So yeah, you have the Eight of Swords here, clarified by the King of Cups. Eight of Swords, I feel is very connected to that Seven of Cups energy, where there was a little bit of confusion. Maybe you still feel slightly confused because this new path is being offered to you, or you feel your life heading in this new direction, and it's creating maybe a lot of anxiety, or you feeling like you're stuck inside of your thoughts, stuck inside of your head, overthinking, overanalyzing, kind of not tapping into your intuition enough, and just being too much in your thoughts and your logic, and the part of you that's, is a very good servant, but not a very good master, right? The thinking capacity that we have, where you mull over things over and over and over and over and over again like a broken record. That's where some of you guys could find yourselves. But I do like that the King of Cups is right here next to this energy, because maybe you guys are transmuting all this thinking energy and kind of balancing it out with your emotional body, with your intuition, with your creativity, with the spiritual side of yourself, which the King of Cups represents. It represents somebody that is emotionally mature. So if you use your emotional maturity to balance out the part of yourself that overthinks and overanalyzes, then you balance your life out, right? You can calm your waters a little bit. So I feel like because you get some clarity that is coming in about this new direction, this new path that could be coming in with this Saturn that going direct. Definitely that's happening on September the 18th. So Saturn is bringing this very direct, clear energy. You know how Saturn is, right? It's this big, super big planet. And when it's in the room, right? When it's like in your energy, when you're under its tutelage, And so when it was retrograde, there was the time period for us to really wrap up a lot of karma, to really learn a lot of karmic lessons. It was kind of giving us a little bit of a break to learn the last bit of lessons that we needed to wrap up the old cycle and to also go into this new cycle. And now that it's here and it's bringing some clarity, it's direct on you, you're going to definitely come out of the over analytical part of yourself, because it's going to be about action now. And you're moving forward in this King of Cups energy, when it comes down to your thinking, I believe, your approach, and it's going to be very balanced, right? You're using your emotional intelligence. This is, you using your communication skills, your ability to express yourselves, your interpersonal skills, right? You're able to convey your message very well. This is what the King of Cups is all about. And he draws from his emotional depth, right? He sees things through not only the lens of the mind, but the lens of the soul also, right? So I like that you're coming out of the Eight of Swords energy and balancing it with your emotions. There's also something that you're walking away from. Five of Swords is here. It's talking about something that maybe you were battling against, or someone or a group of people or organization, or just a mentality, because the swords here to me a lot of times represent a mentality that you were kind of fighting against, or fighting yourself, or you had some type of internal conflict going on. But whatever it is, you're choosing to put the swords down and kind of walk away, because if you would have stayed on this path or stayed inside of this kind of mentality, it would have been a lose-lose situation. It wouldn't have produced anything, because the Five of Swords never produce anything. They just waste your time. They get you all wrapped up. It's very low vibrational. So I feel like you guys are moving away from this energy, before it pulls you down under, before it gets you all tied up, which, it probably already had you tied up in a certain sense, because it's just so low vibrational. It's like that, I hate the Five of Swords. Like, I just don't like this card. I never dwell on it too long, because it's just like so immature. It's childish. It's like a lack of maturity. It's a sign of immaturity, low vibrational. So whatever, you're moving on past this energy, right? You're coming in with the Chariot card, which talks about balance, moving forward very efficiently and very quickly, because you've achieved a level of balance. And this is you balancing your higher and lower self, your yin and yang energy, your feminine and masculine principle inside of yourself, right? Your light and dark. This is you achieving a certain amount of integration of your subconscious and conscious mind, so that you can actually move and not be in a place where you're like, oh, should I do that or should I do this? Or I could go over here, but now I want to do this. And it's like you're always fighting against your two minds, right? Double-minded is what it's called. And if you're double-minded, you can't move forward in life, because you will always stop yourself. You'll make one decision and then go and make another one, right? And luckily you have the Two of Wands and not the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is talking about being double-minded. The Two of Wands is talking about actually making a decision to go towards one path, and coming out of confusion and indecision. So some of you guys are definitely heading down this new path, this new direction. Movement is actually here now with the Chariot. Quick movement. You could actually be moving physically from one city to another city, one state to another state, right? One country to another country. But overall, you're on the move. There is some motivation that has come in, some inspiration that's here. You're fired up about this new journey, this new direction, this new way of seeing the world, right? You've put down the self-defeating type of mentality, or the internal conflict. And now you're moving, right? Like, this is what I feel. You're moving in this Chariot, headed towards your purpose, headed towards your destiny, headed towards the goals that you have. But I do feel strongly like you have this new purpose that has come in, or you get more revelation on your overall soul's mission. And it almost feels like it's something brand new, like a new path, but really it's all connected. It's just a new cycle that you're in. Now, you also are taking on the Queen of Pentacles energy, maybe when it comes down to your money. Queen of Pentacles is very well at balancing finances, balancing home life with work life, balancing a love relationship with, a financial relationship. Now, you guys are being in the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, sorry about that, Gemini. The camera cut off on me. But like I was saying, you guys have been getting the Queen of Pentacles energy for a while now. because I feel like there's something definitely happening within your finances, some type of crossover that could be happening, or some new idea that's being introduced into the way that you earn your finances, especially with the Page of Pentacles being here again. So a lot of you guys are starting new businesses, going into entrepreneurship, going into maybe a new career path, or just creating a multiple stream of income, right? Like where you're getting finances from more than one place. Maybe you have a regular 9 to 5, but maybe you have another business on the side, and then you have another thing that you're investing in, and you're trying to make your money work for you. So you do have these ideas that are on the table for creating more money, and you have the ability to balance your time, your energy, your resources out enough to grow this pinnacle into even more abundance. So this is still here for you, but there's something that has changed about your trajectory or your path in life in general, because you have this Two of Wands energy, plus Saturn is going direct, plus the Pisces full moon came in and just like killed some stuff off, right? And something else was reborn. So I do feel like you're headed to the new world, right? There's something that you're moving away from that has died, right? That Pisces energy with his death card here, but it's also some new thing that's being reborn. So this person that's in this boat with the Six of Swords is moving away from one world and moving into another one. So some type of transformation has occurred, some type of falling away has happened, and it's like you get more clarity, you're headed towards this new direction. Everything here in your reading is talking about moving on to something else, to something new. With the Chariot, with the Six of Swords, with the Death card, with the Two of Wands. So you're really making, I think, a big change here. The Death card and the Chariot card are major arcana energies that talk about leaving something and beginning something new, or something old dying off and something new being born. So you're definitely moving out of this Eight of Swords energy that had you kind of confined and restricted. It's kind of like a real restriction energy that I feel like you're finally moving away from, into a more expansive energy. Like, yeah, that's what's coming in for you, like just expansion. Well, you feel more free, right? You feel that you can kind of like breathe for once. So I think this is what this new path that you're walking into is about. It's a lot bigger, which also means it's a lot scarier too, because I almost get that feeling that it's like you were a big fish inside of a small pond, but now the big fish is about to go into a big ocean where it really matches your energy. But it's also going to be some challenges that present itself because you're used to being in the pond. So you just have to make the adjustments of whatever this big new thing is that you're about to embark on. But it's for you. It matches who you are. It's your destiny. But whenever we're going after our destiny and our true purpose, it's going to scare the living shit out of us. And yeah, I feel like my guides told me to say that is exactly that way to some of you guys, because you need it. But let's go into your futuristic energy. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Tower card. You have the Lovers. You have the Temperance energy here. So yeah, Five of Wands here, talking about some type of, fight, petty argument, conflict that could be happening in your future energy. When it comes down to you trying to create stability in your life, Four of Wands. I definitely see this as internal conflict, because I was already talking about the internal conflict with the Five of Swords. And this is the energy that you're coming out of, right? Where you fight against yourself, right? The two twins love to fight, right, Gemini? Like, I like that Geminis are like a dual sign because I'm a Pisces, and Pisces is a dual sign also. We have two fish, right? One wants to swim upstream, and the other one wants to swim downstream, or one wants to swim against the current while the other one wants to follow the current and take the easy way out. So I feel like Geminis are very similar in that way because you guys have the two twins, right? And you can always see things from two different perspectives. So there could always be some type of internal conflict happening because you have that ability to see things from more than one perspective. But I feel like, those wands are that you maybe used to use to almost sabotage your own self or fight against your own, you know, uh, forward movement in life. They're about to start kind of coming more into order with the four of wands here. It talks about order, divine order. It talks about balance. It talks about stability instead of like the, you know, disharmony that this five of wands energy is talking about. I feel like that energy within yourself is coming into harmony and creating a stable foundation that you can actually start stacking things on top of and growing, right? Your legacy, growing yourself, right? Your life in general. And this is because feel strongly like some clarity is really coming in for you after this Pisces full moon that hit, because it was a tower moment to you, right? Like this was something major that came in, and it doesn't always have to be like it looks or how the tower moment usually reads, where it's like this disaster that hit your life and everything just went up in flames and stuff just started to crumble and just, I don't feel like for most of you guys that's what happened, but it was something deep that hit. I feel more so in your consciousness because the Pisces full moon is all about the subconscious. Pisces is all about the subconscious. So some type of epiphany has come in, some type of revelation has come in and like created this awakening within you, but it's also a shock because you're like, what? I was just like holding on to this other wand, and I thought that's where my purpose was. I thought that's where the direction was that I was supposed to be heading in. But now you want me to hold on to this whole other wand and turn my back on this other wand that I got so used to. Yeah, that's what I feel like is happening. This is major arcana energy, a major shakeup, a major awakening, epiphany, revelation, shock has come in, and the information that has come into you intuitively is saying like there's a new path for you. The Fool is here. There's a new journey that you must go on that maybe you thought was just an illusion before. Maybe you pushed this to the back, and maybe it was something that you chalked up to just be like a dream or something. Like, you know what, that was so funny of me to really think that I could really accomplish something by that, like that. Like but I'm an adult, like I look at things realistically. Like that was never going to happen. Let me just do what I can do in this life, and this is really like what I feel like the attitude that you guys had towards this path that I feel like is back, or something like that, or is maybe it's something that you've never seen before because maybe you thought you couldn't do this, but it's something big. And the overall message that I'm getting for a lot of the signs that I'm doing readings for is like the universe has come in and it's told you to dream bigger. Like dream bigger. Your path is bigger. Your purpose is bigger. Your destiny is bigger than what you think it is. So you have to take this new leap, take this new risk, and it scares the shit out of you. Yeah. But it's so you, Gemini. It's so you. I see it. Whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe it's creative. Maybe it's lucrative. Maybe, but it's you, whatever it is. Like, it just matches your personality. It matches your emotional makeup. It matches your intellect. Gosh, I wish I knew what it was. You guys can let me know if you want. But it's something big, so it's something that scares you, is what I feel. But look at this, you have the Lovers with the Hierophant. And we can get into love, but this reading for you guys is really not about love, right? It's really about you and how much you're loving yourself. Sorry to break it to you, right? But the Lovers card with the Hierophant is so major because these are two major arcanas. First of all, look at how many major arcanas you guys have in your reading. So it's a major shift that's happening. And the Lovers is usually what happens after you leave the Hierophant, which is talking about traditions, traditional ways of viewing the world, systems, organizations that have been here for a long time, but it was a place that usually you train and you kind of connect with, the way that other men and women have seen or viewed the world, and it created this type of system. Like, for instance, just for an example, the Hierophant can be looked at as religion, and how religion is a system, and how it's like this system that has been here for a while, right? Most religions are, systems that have been set in place for like at least hundreds of years, right? Like a long time. And so it's something that's safe that people go to when they're first starting to understand spirituality, and they learn underneath the Hierophant, underneath this religion, until they get to a place where they outgrow the religion. And then they start to realize, like, my spirituality has a lot to do with myself, and other people can't really tell me how to connect with God or with the source energy, or with the universe. I have this unique way of connecting myself. So this is the transformation that's happening. Not saying that it's religion for you guys, but there's some type of new path that you're wanting to take that has so much to do with your own philosophy. It's like a heart over head decision that you guys are making to go chase this dream or this path that kind of scares you, but it's also part of your purpose and divine calling. And it is breaking away from this Hierophant energy that was more safer, that was more, inside of the lines, inside of the box, right? And this new thing wants you to color outside of the box, wants you to think outside of the box, or color outside of the lines. So yeah, this is a decision that you're making. The Lovers card represents a decision. Like I was saying, you guys have this decision with the Two of Wands that you're making. And you're choosing to follow your heart. You're choosing to follow your bliss. Because I feel like you guys have been doing something that is like that Hierophant energy. Like, it was safe. It was maybe needed for the time being, but it wasn't, or it isn't giving you any bliss anymore. It isn't giving you any joy or happiness. So it's like you want to follow your bliss. You want to take this risk and this leap and jump to go risk something. And it's because this Tower energy has come in and highlighted something, gave you this new revelation. All right, so let's wrap it up with the Temperance card and the Moon. Now, Gemini, what is going on? You guys have 2 major arcanas, the Tower with the Fool. 4 major arcanas, the Lovers with the Hierophant. 6 major arcana, Temperance with the Moon card here. Like, in a row, all up under each other, all in your future energy. So yeah, it's a major shift that's happening in your life, coming in hard. The Temperance, energy is talking about this level of balance, this level of clarity that has come in. I'm really feeling like, you guys, your crown chakra is going to be very active during this time, because you have these downloads that are coming in, this new level of consciousness that is coming in and creating this clarity, right? Your spidey senses are tingling, letting you know that, yeah, it's time for you to move into something else. It's time for this thing to be revealed, right? That has been in development, this baby that you've been carrying around your whole life, that's like ready to be born, right? Also, this is talking about this healing that's coming in for you to face some of your deepest traumas and your deepest fears that have been kind of holding you back from chasing your true purpose and your true calling. This leveling of your internal world in connection with your external world, right? This angel is here for you to heal that. Because this is what I'm picking up. There's been a place in your internal world, right, that has really created the narrative when it comes down to your external world and how you have been in contact with your external world or communicating externally in some type of way. So this is what is being balanced spiritually with you right now. This is the healing that's taking place, because I see it, I feel it, but I almost can't say it, Gemini. I'm trying to put it into words. It's like, gosh, just give me a second. I'm trying to put this into words. Come on, show me something. The only thing they keep showing me is like these gloves, almost like the gloves that that are inside of the incubation boxes that they keep newborns in, right? Or that they keep like premature babies in. And the doctors want to keep them inside of this incubation box, right? So when they actually need to touch them, they go and they go through these gloves, right, that are inside of this incubation box. And that's the vision that I'm kind of seeing with you guys, but I wish I could just spit it out, but I can't. But the gloves are kind of like the buffer in between your internal and external world. And so the way that you have been touching your external world, like, it's going to change, because internally there's a shift that's happening, right? It's kind of like the gloves are changing. I feel like the gloves were too thick or something like that. So the way you've been handling your external world hasn't been as precise as it could be, because the gloves were too thick to really feel the small details of your external world, like the nuances, the subtle details, like were being missed in a certain way, because the gloves that you have been wearing to handle it just were too thick. If you're feeling what I'm saying energetically, this is what I feel like is the shift that's occurring. It's like you were using these strong gloves that you use to wash dishes with, right? You know how strong those yellow gloves are? And you were using these yellow gloves because those yellow gloves are used for protecting your hands, right? From that hot dishwater. That's what those gloves are for. Like, but they are not necessarily used to feel how like soft or how much of detail you could feel on a dish that you're touching or a cup that you're touching. They're used for protecting your hands. But now it's kind of like you're taking off those strong dishwater gloves and you're putting on latex gloves. And so the way that you're dealing with the outside world is about to shift and change because you're picking up more details now with these latex gloves. Like, you feel more now. You're allowing yourself to feel more and to kind of let go of a certain defense mechanism that you had to feel less. So you're becoming more sensitive in a sense so that you won't miss certain details in your life, details in your external world. And this is all for this new journey that you're going on. Like, you have to switch the gloves for this new journey. The older gloves that you had were cool for this, your older cycle that you were in. But karmically, that cycle it's a wrap on that. And so now this is how you have to go into this next journey. Naked and unafraid and unapologetic for being naked, right? Before, you were all clothed and, trying to be sophisticated and kind of wrapping yourself up. And, you see how he is really protected and guarding his heart and having these fancy clothes and, but now it's like you're going to this naked, transparent, vulnerable place where you have to put yourself out there. But you are protected by the universe right now because you're being guided by the universe. And this Lover's card is talking about, the protection of the universe, how a certain path, a certain connection, a certain purpose is being guided by the universe and also protected. So this is where your protection comes in now. So you don't have to protect yourself anymore with those thick gloves. Like, you can put on these thin latex gloves and know that you're still protected because you need to feel more of this next cycle that you're going into. And the fears that have been kind of blocking you from that, those thick gloves, it's like you're taking those off. You don't need those fears anymore. They don't serve you anymore. So, all right, Gemini, I'm wrapping it up right there. Let's look at your fairy card, though. 8 of Summer is what you got. The desire for a more meaningful life. Realizing that it's time to move on. What? Choosing to make major life changes. What? And I didn't even read that. This is crazy. It all connects. This is what's happening, Gemini. This is what's good. Reporting live. It's Chris Anthony. I will see you in October. Later.